Marketing is not hard. It's only hard because you're missing this key component that will make or break your marketing that we will be talking about in this video, or if your product or service sucks. These are the only situations when marketing is hard. Marketing is actually stupid simple. I'm gonna give you my sexy, I just came up with this acronym before the video, but this is the exact system I gave to my clients that helped them generate more than $10 million. I gave this to a client recently. He went 6 months without any sales for his marketing services. Thor is nibbling on my slippers right now. If you don't know who Thor is, yeah, my wolf. Dude, relax. So this system, I give it to a client. He went 6 months without any sales. He started creating connection calls with the right people, with people in his audience, not even calling them sales calls. He used these steps that I'm going to be sharing with you right now. He made $20,000 in 2 weeks. This shit works. So, yeah, I misspelled sexy, but this is how we say sexy in Romanian. So it works. Sue me, or don't sue me. Great. So here's the first step in terms of making marketing easy. This works if you're connecting with somebody for the first time, they've never met you, and they ask you, what do you do, right? And I've seen people mess this up massively, regardless of the level that they're at. I was talking about this exact system with somebody who's serving multimillionaire clients. She's a wealth strategist. And basically, the steps were all messed up. The first thing you want to do is have a bold statement. I'm going to give you my example how I do this, so you can take inspiration and use it for your services and products. What is it? What do you want? What? You just want the hug. Ah! Don't scratch me. It's okay. Listen, I'm making a video right now. I'm making the video. Relax. You can say hi later, okay? Come on. Don't be so needy of attention. That's also a big one right here that we're going to be talking about. Neediness. So, bold statement. When people ask me, what do you do, right? And again, you can use this in connection calls and sales calls, and people who've never met you, you can use this in your videos as well. And you're going to notice me using it in this video also, right? So my statement is usually, I'm an amplifier of money and freedom for experts and entrepreneurs, recently creators as well. And that's your bold statement. It needs to be something bold, something unique, something different. If you can include numbers from X to Y, it makes the statement even better. I was recently talking to a gentleman, actually I had a call this morning with this gentleman who, his expertise is sales. He uses a personality-based system to improve conversions. And the system that he uses basically takes your conversions from 30% to 80%. And I asked him, is this backed up by data, what you're saying? And he's like, yeah, great. This is your bold statement. I get companies from 30% close rate to 80% using my whatever, personality, whatever the name was, personality system. So if you can even include this, from this number to this number, that's even more powerful. Now, this is super relevant for you if you are selling an intangible, like mindset, like healing. Thor, don't mess up my camera. Mindset, healing, or whatever service you provide that's more like intangible compared to like Facebook ads, where people think, okay, this is more of a tangible service. Super powerful. Examples, or more importantly, more precisely, story. Story. This is how you turn an intangible into a tangible. Batman and Superman, they're completely fictional characters, and yet they feel so real to us because of all the story that surrounds them. This is how you make this, you give this statement weight. So, for example, I'm an amplifier of money and freedom for experts and entrepreneurs. I work with complete beginners to multi 7-9 figure earners as well. For example, one of my biggest clients, a gentleman doing 120 million a year, he was terrified to grow his business. He thought he was going to make a mistake that would cost him millions. It quickly got him unstuck, well on his way to doubling the business. What am I doing? I'm sharing a story. And now this statement of me being a freedom amplifier, of money and freedom amplifier, now it has weight. It's believable. So the thing that you need to ask yourself is, what are some stories of your best client transformations or client results, case studies that you can immediately share? Or relax. Sorry about that. He's getting a bit excited. Now, once you gave the story, what's next? Explain the steps of your product or system. This is what I told you about this lady that was dealing with multi-million-dollar companies, helping them create more wealth, save on taxes. This is where she started. This is what she would start. She would start talking about the process. Well, we do this, and then we do this other thing. This is a huge one in the coaching consulting industry. You're so in love with the process of your system of, oh, I do NLP and we do this thing, or oh, I do money manifestation, we do meditations every day. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Until you grabbed their attention here, you gave them an example so that the statement is more believable. They're not open to hearing anything about your system, about how you get clients' results. So this builds curiosity, this builds confidence, and now as the door is open, they're more curious to learn, okay, how does this work? So for example, in my case, I say, hey, I realize that growing a business needs a very yin and yang approach. You need personalized strategies and you need elevated mindset to grow your business effortlessly. And then I share another story. Most of my clients have gone through extensive business coaching programs without necessarily seeing the results that they wanted. And that's because they either got cookie cutter strategies or they got the mindset coaching without the right strategies, right? So it needs a personalized approach. So that's why actually my system has 3 steps. Step number 1 is the shaman energy. We need to eliminate limiting beliefs, and that leads to more clients. What am I saying, right? The vehicle, eliminating limiting beliefs, great, but what do I do with that? It creates more clients when you have less limiting beliefs. And then I say step number 2, the warrior energy, that elevates confidence. And that leads to bigger clients or bigger opportunities. And they're like, okay, this is interesting. So this is the energetic side of things, right? The mindset side of things, the 2 steps. Now in the 3rd step, that's where we get into business strategies and systems that give you more freedom. That's the business owner mindset. You learn to think, feel, and act like a business owner, like a successful business owner. That's where kind of identity shifting comes in as well. But in the 3rd step, we talk about personalized business strategies to improve their marketing, their sales, their team, and whatever delivery that they're dealing with, right? So now it's even more tangible, but they're listening because I've correctly achieved these steps. So when I see that they're still listening and they're interested, what's next? Invitation. Or you probably know this as a call to action. Let's say you're in a connection call, you shared this, and I'm not saying that if you do this, everybody's going to be like, oh my God, I want to be your client. But what I am saying is that for the right people, this is going to spark interest. And they're like, okay, tell me more. Okay, this is very interesting. So if they're still interested, it means that they are the right client, they're your people. So you invite them either to, hey, let's have a deeper dive, or hey, would you like to have a conversation around working together? Would this be interesting for you? Let's say you're doing this in the video, right? You've gone through the explanations. Oh yeah, and something that you can do that is also super powerful is if you can add some sort of value in between, or you intertwine the value with the steps. In a sense, I'm doing that because I'm challenging their way of thinking, right? Because they saw, okay, I need business coaching or I need mindset coaching. I'm saying, no, you need both, and they need to both be well integrated, and they need to fit you and your needs. They're like, okay, now I have a better understanding of why the things that I'm trying are not really working, are not really getting me the results that I want. So that's kind of the value that I'm kind of intertwined in my explanation of the steps. Of course, in the video, you can go even deeper with the value. And at the end, you can have an invitation. For the video, it can be, hey, let's talk about it in the comments. It doesn't always need to be a call to action to create a sale, because you want to have a healthy balance between building community, relationships, and also getting sales. If you prioritize community first, sales will also come in. Now, the reason why I started with this, with the how, is because this shit is easy. This shit doesn't matter. The reason why you're not using it this way is because you don't have these in place. These are not where they need to be. And you're gonna understand exactly what I am talking about. This will make or break this. Somebody who has this can mess this up and still get a client or get more clients, compared to somebody who does this perfectly and doesn't have this in place. So what is it? The reason why you're not starting with your best foot forward is because you're dealing with a lot of self-doubt. You're still tying your value to how many clients you're getting every month, how much money you're making every month. You think things should be this way, and then they're this other way, and you're constantly beating yourself up. So when you show up to talk about what you do, you don't talk about your best stuff, right? You don't put your best foot forward because you have all of this self-criticism inside of you, that you're putting yourself down. You do not understand your real value, your true worth, or rather the true value of your service. Matthias, there's a testimonial on this channel with him. I'll probably link it somewhere. You can check it out below. He was struggling to understand the value of his service, right? Very important. And he's a marketer. I challenged him to raise his prices from, I don't remember. I think it was like to double his prices because he was so good. And then sales stopped coming in. And I'm like, dude, you don't have a sales problem. You don't have a how problem, because you know how to sell it. If you've sold for the old prices, you can sell for the new prices too. This is missing for you. You have a what? A mindset, or rather confidence, or if you want to go even deeper, yes, self-love problem. Because you don't have self-love, you don't start with the things that basically make you shine in your conversations, in your content. I usually would never talk about the amount of money that I help my clients make, because I had these issues as well. I was critical as well. Oh, when I make this amount of money, I can tell the world, wow, I'm an amazing coach. And all the while, my clients were getting exceptional results, right? But I was beating myself up. Oh, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Or, oh, if I was an amazing expert, an amazing coach, people would just line up to buy from me. Everybody would just throw money at me. Crazy. Yes? These insane expectations. So with Matthias, it was like, hey, you don't understand the real value of your services. And he's like, yeah, you're right. I have a friend who's charging 4 or 5 times what I'm charging, and he knows half of the marketing I know. And he asked his friend, like, how is it possible? And his friend was like, well, nobody told me I couldn't charge that much. and he was getting clients for those prices.
I nearly doubled my prices. I'm constantly onboarding new clients with less effort. I was able to get out of this hustle mentality, and I was able to adapt more of a mentality that clients will come to me effortlessly. And the funny thing is they do. I'm now working with much better clients. They fit to me personally better. For the reason why I decided to start working with Cultivate is because he really, 1 or 2 calls, he was really able to understand my situation from a business perspective and also from an emotional perspective, which was something that was really important to me.
So this is key, because this is like your success has less to do with the how, less to do. I'm not saying that this is not important, because if you mess the sequence of these steps, you've lost people. You talk about, hey, let's have a call together, or hey, let me walk you through my step. Nobody cares, right? But here's what I'm saying, and this is going to make sense. Who is describing these steps? Because you can have the best testimonials, incredible testimonials, but this client that I was telling you about that is selling to multi-million-dollar companies, she has a sales rep. Her sales rep is not performing. He's not selling. She is selling. Same training, same information, right? Why? Because his sales rep doesn't have this. If you are 100% confident, 100% sold on the value of your services, and you just show up and you say, yeah, I did this, I did that, or my product does this, my product does that. Let me tell you a story of this, and that. Would you like to learn more? And you don't need the person to buy, because you're so confident, you understand how powerful, how valuable your product and service is, you become extremely magnetic. On the flip side, if you're not confident about what you're selling, if you're not sold on what you're selling, doesn't matter what you say. People are not going to believe you, or there's like, oh, I don't know, there's something off about this. Can't put my finger on it, but I don't know what it is, right? So again, this is the yin-yang approach to growing a business. This is what makes business fun. When you have both, you have the best of both, right? You have a clear, powerful system, and you're being clear and powerful yourself. Very important. One does not go without the other. Is this making sense? That being said, let me know if you could type in your statement in the comments. Who knows, you might even get some clients. Type in your statement in the comments, what that would look like. Based on the example, if you don't remember, you can go a bit back, or if you don't want to go back, it's like, I'm an amplifier of money and freedom. It can be the I help X do Y. That's cool. See if you can include some numbers. So type that into the comments. Let's talk about it. Let's see how that feels, how that resonates. Maybe some people will give you a bit of feedback as well. I'll chime in as well with a bit of feedback, and let's see how we can create this killer, bold statement that allows you to step with your best foot forward and use this in anything. In your content, in your sales pages, whatever that may be, right? Listen, I'm on a mission to empower entrepreneurs and eliminate poverty. This is what fires me up. And you taking action on this will also help me get closer to my mission. Hopefully will get you closer to your big vision. Awesome. Now, if you want to learn more of how exactly I get my clients, or get a few more stories of client success, if you're thinking of working together and you're like, hey, I want to learn more about this guy's program. He seems like he's legit, or I don't know, I want to see if he's legit. There's a video below where I explain exactly how my clients are getting results despite having gone through extensive business and sometimes even mindset coaching without getting results. How is it that they're making their first money with us, or they're expanding their business faster and with more ease and more fun than ever before? Check it out below. Oh yeah, and something I wanted to also talk to you about is one of my clients who just started his coaching business, and he was missing this completely. He desperately wanted to be liked. And I've been guilty of that for like the majority of my life. I was one way in my coaching. I was another way when I was making these videos. I desperately wanted people to like me and to see my value, to see, basically to prove my worth. That came from a lack of confidence in what? In marketing, because I believe it was so complicated. Like, it's hard to market, hard to sell my services and blah, blah. So I came off needy. Same as my client, he just wanted to be liked. When he let go of this idea of I have to be liked, people need to like me, he started making money. Let's just start with the results. How much money have you made since we started working together?
$4,500.
Who was Jay before we started working together, and who is Jay right now?
I definitely wanted to be liked very much. I guess on Instagram, I want to be liked in real life. It's in all parts of my life, but that was where a lot of my content was geared towards. Like, how can I get likes? How can I, I want people to tell me good job. Once I was able to start letting go of that was when I started making the sales. Like, that was the first key.
Thanks for tuning in. Let me know, what would you like me to talk about next? Maybe how to sell without being salesy and becoming magnetic instead. Let me know if that's something that you'd like me to make a video about. And if you'd like to check out the video I was telling you about, it's over here. Thanks for being here.